Welcome back to trying to make a 100% British ketchup. At the start of the week, we learned that Jeremy Clarkson doesn't have a ketchup in his pub because a 100% British one doesn't exist. Since then, we've been obsessed with making one, but it turned out to be not quite as easy as we thought.
It's not 100% British, even though it's called British sugar.
We've had two main challenges. The first is the tomato. There's only one place in Britain that makes British passata that we've found anyway. It comes from the Isle of Wight and it's a bit pricey, which leaves us with the choice of either buying it for that price or making our own. Making our own, however, is long and therefore expensive. For our other ketchups, we're just buying top quality tomato puree from Italy. Our next challenge was the sugar. This one we actually solved pretty quickly as we found out that only some of the British sugar crop had been adulterated with horrible foreign sugar. And if we bought certain packets of Silver Spoon, they assured us it would be 100% British. This meant that after collecting our other ingredients, we could actually have a pop at making a sauce.
Get more local than this.
We picked some rosemary from our garden and bought some fennel as I knew that I had some coming from a farmer the next week. We sourced bottles from up north, lids from Swansea, and the crunchiest British carrots I've ever tasted. As we entered our kitchen, it became obvious pretty quickly that the main hurdle was going to be the processing of the tomatoes. We could just chuck them in a pot and stew them down ourselves, but that's going to take a new bit of kit, which is probably going to be quite expensive to strain them afterwards. Either way, it was going to be expensive, so we did the only sensible thing and tested 4 different versions.
I mean, it's smelling pretty good.
2 would use fresh tomatoes, 2 would use passata, and 1 of each would be strained and not strained.
I mean, it is nice.
That way we can compare flavour and consistency and come out with the best possible ketchup. I feel like I need to remind everyone though that the reason that we're messing around with all of this is because tomato puree made with British tomatoes doesn't exist in the UK. So stay tuned for part 3 as we test all these bad boys.